Temples were built to make you realize God within oneself. You should never go around in search of God. There is an old Tamil song that says, "You wander in search of things in places where it is not there, and these people do not know the truth." This was a song composed by a Siddhar. Siddhars saw indiscipline and disobedience in people during Kalapirar's times. These were times even before the Cholas and Pandyas ruled Tamil Nadu. Kalapirar's era was also known as Dark Era, as the rulers were interested only in conquering new kingdoms and bringing them under their rule. They did not care about the welfare of the people. Siddhars like Bogar saw this and wanted to teach truth to people and so consecrated temples. These temples were built resembling the human form so as to make people realize the God within themselves. The Rajgopuram of the temple represents the toes of the human body, Balipeetam depicts the stomach, and Mandapam is the chest. This is where the god is worshipped with various rituals. Vishuddhi is depicted as the Kotimaram or the Dvajastambam. Nandi depicts the Jivatma, which is in all of us humans. When you go beyond this, you see the Garbhagriha of the temple, which is usually kept dark. This is where the Moolavar or the deity of the temple is kept. In our body, this is found between our eyebrows, above the uvula, the inner tongue, and below the center of the head. It is on the forehead where the bindi or the vibhuti is worn. This is where God lives as the light of life. If you reach the light of life within you, you would attain the realization of God, and that is what is depicted in the Garbhagriha with an idol inside it. Usually in Shiva temples, there will be a Shivalingam here. The Nandi in the temple depicts the Jivatma, and the idol in the Garbhagriha depicts the Paramatma. This is also referred to as the cosmos or universe. God is referred to as a huge tower or array of light equivalent to the light of 1,000 suns, and the human Atma is the smallest version of the same living in the forehead. People wait for the Arati in the temples during the puja, wherein the priest of the temple uses a lamp to show the idol. Siddhars devised this tradition to explain to people that God is in the form of light and we actually worship the light. This is what Agasthyar and Nandanar referred to God as light. Later, Manikavasagar referred to God as Arul Jodi, which is the light of grace that showers blessings on all of us. In the recent times, a Mahan who was born in 1823 and got into the heavenly abode of God, Vallal Ramalanga Swami says, he is not just Arut Jodi but Arut Perum Jodi, where Perum means grandeur. With that said, temples are like the first step for people to understand the truth and move towards self-exploration and realization. But most people do not move beyond the first step their entire life. Only if people move beyond the first step will they be able to realize God as Jodi, Arul Jodi and Arut Perum Jodi as referred to by Vallal Ramalinga Adigalar. Siddhars including Vallalar have explained that the place to look for Arut Perum Jodi is a point in the forehead where bindi or vibhuti is worn by both men and women. This is where God within you lives as light and is called by many names like Atma, Jivatma, Ladaksham, Sulumunai and many more. So one has to search for God within oneself, and that is why I named my book as Search the God Within You. We use a ladder to climb the steps. We never want to get stuck on the first step of the ladder. Likewise, temples are the first step for spiritual growth. You have to start looking for God within you to move beyond the first step. Siddhars created temples in the form of human body for us to realize this truth. The 6 chakras in the human body, which are Mooladharam, Swadhishtanam, Manipurakam, Anahatam, Vishuddhi and Agnya, were used as a basis for temple creation. Our great-grandfather Siddhar, Subramanya or Murugan, was also called as Arumugam, which means 6 faces, depicting that he realize the 6 levels of truth. Best wishes.